Hey folks, Vern Rutherford coming to you live from the mobile mansion here in beautiful Dallas, Texas. Um, I just wanted to show you another little project. One of the things I love to do is to take old junky hardware that other people have thrown away and to try to make something cool out of it. So in this one here, working on an old HP Pavilion desktop. Uh, when I got it, the memory was rattling around inside the case, out of the slots. There was no hard drive, and it was full of dust and lint. So I cleaned it up. I put the memory back in, ran a live disk, and that worked out fine. So I scrounged up a hard drive for it, and well, this is what we got. Hey, Ol-Scrappy's up and running. Look at that. You can hear the fan rattling away. There's a new fan for it. The springs are broken on these doors. They fall open. But I scrounged up a little hard drive for it. And installed an operating system. It is actually playing Netflix right now. Let's see here. I've been planning it for years. Anyway, I even gave it a name. Ol-Scrappy. Little bitty hard drive. But better than nothing. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're making lemonade today. Because here's some serious lemons. This computer that I gave to my daughter, she's recently come back home to live with us. And somebody somewhere got to roughhousing around at her house before, and this got knocked over and the doors got knocked off and everything else. But see, it's an HP Pavilion, very similar, if not identical, to the Ol-Scrappy project. So the good news was, right in here I found a spring hanging. And that's one of the springs I needed for Ol-Scrappy. So, let's see if I can get a picture of the spring here. Yeah, that spring is right. It's right here. My finger on it. Yeah, it's right about there. Anyway, maybe you can see it working. So the good news is now Ol-Scrappy's doors don't have to just flop around. I went ahead and put the one spring on the top one where we actually have a drive, and then the lower one I just went ahead and put some super glue on it to glue it shut, because we don't have a drive and I don't foresee putting one in there. So that's good news. And we just put that back together like it was. And let's see here. Yeah, that's back together. We can turn it on, see if the drive works like it's supposed to. Push the button. Awesome. So, Ol-Scrappy comes away a little less scrappy, and now I got a new parts box. Can rub some pieces out. It's good. It's all a win-win. Yeah, Ol-Scrappy got a new. I got her a new keyboard. So it's a pretty neat little keyboard. It's a K400. This one's a K400 Plus. Right here. By Logitech. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's got a touchpad right here, like you'd have on a laptop. It has your keyboard, so all of your computer controls fit right in your lap. It's great for media centers.
Absolutely great for what we're going to use this computer for. I think the last time when I showed it first working, it had a very noisy fan on it, so I put a new fan in it. So it works very nicely now. Doesn't sound like crap like it did. And I got this little hard drive here, of course. I robbed out of another project that I'm not using anymore. So pretty much I'm ready to shut this down, put the cover back on it. We'll be ready to do something else. Here we are, running on an Ol-Scrappy's desktop here. I went ahead and switched over to a screen recorder so we can get rid of some of the glare and other issues you have trying to record a screen with a video camera. So great. So this is just a little quick run through of what Ol-Scrappy can do. So we'll go ahead and have a look at the Mate system monitor real quick. Good Ol-Scrappy here, running on Ubuntu Mate 1604. A little under 3 gigs of RAM and a little bitty 42.5 gigs of hard drive space, which is left. I think we started with 60 or 50 or I don't know. Wasn't very big. Resource wise, we're using, woohoo, look at all that memory we're using. But that's not surprising. I got the software center running in the background, and I got the system monitor, and I also am running a screencaster. So generally speaking, this operating system will run right around 400 megabytes at idle. So considering running all that, I'm really not using a whole lot of my CPU. Let's move on. It has a full LibreOffice suite. I had the, oh, here we go, sound and video, Bracero disc burner, Cheese webcam, well we don't have a webcam, a desktop recorder that we're using right now, the Rhythm Box music player, and that's your sound controls. And you got the VMC media player so we can play back DVDs. And this WinFF is something, it's a file converter so that I can convert the files from this screen recorder into something I can use with another application to edit video. It has a nice little file system manager here. So it works if people are used to using Windows, well they can find their way around here. It all works graphically just like Windows does. Point, click, look at your documents, go up a level, go back where you started. Plus it has breadcrumbs. So in case you want to get back and you're not real sure what files you've clicked on, it'll add to this as it goes. This is, it's functional, and that's what matters. So entertainment wise, I've already talked about, we have the VLC media player right there. I've also installed Google Chrome. Now there's one reason you put Google Chrome on Linux, and that is so that you can watch Netflix. So Netflix is all set here, and it does work. So we probably ought not show more than that legally. So that's pretty cool. And then you got, of course, you got the Firefox web browser. So YouTube's pretty handy. And then let me see here. Was it? My daughter likes to use this to entertain her son, who is about a year old now. So she'll put this in here, and she'll put on the baby songs, and she'll put him in his little playpen, and off to sleep he goes. He's happy. So of course that can go full screen. we got enough memory on this machine and enough processor speed to do the video without it being all choppy and everything else. And that's what you're really looking for, especially with something that you're going to basically use for entertainment purposes. So Ol-Scrappy, you know, went from being something that was ready for the dumpster to something that's really cool. And I think it's going to make a really nice addition and in the guest room in the house, and I think it'll be just great. So, hope you enjoyed watching.